Hey, good morning, all of you. So, in the last class, we discussed about magnetic field due to these planes, like infinite conducting planes, right? So, as I said, this topic is also included in for this weekend examination. So now I am giving some problems based on that, so that you will get the clarity about this magnetic field due to these planes, right? And so now generally we derived an expression for the magnetic field, and we mentioned like some expression, and we discussed about the directions there. Like suppose just I am giving the briefing again this about this. Suppose if the current carrying conductor is like this is a cross section view here. What I am giving here is a cross section view. So in this cross section view, that means this indicates that plane is along this direction here. Plane is perpendicular to the plane, perpendicular to this board here, this infinite conducting plane, and current is entering into the plane we are taking there. Now can you guess what is the direction of the magnetic field due to this here? If suppose say this we are finding this magnetic field at this point here. So what is the magnetic field direction there? Say at the point P. Magnetic field direction is, so simply I said if the current is, if the situation is like this, then the magnetic field will be parallel to the plane or parallel to this plane and perpendicular to the direction of this current. And so now parallel to the plane means now it will be like this. Magnetic field is current is entering into the plane here. So then magnetic field lines are like this. Then there it will be tangent like this. So the magnetic field direction will be there like this at the topmost point. And similarly, if you are taking at this bottom at another point, if you are taking here, then you can mention this magnetic field is like this. So just you can apply this right hand thumb rule again, and just you need to consider that the tangent at the required point either above the plane or below the plane, and accordingly you can mention the direction there, right? And this magnetic field induction also there we mention like mu naught by 2 into some K. So where K means, so where this K is current per unit width, that means I by B you can write, where B is this width of this plane here, right? So this is the thing what we mentioned in the previous class. Actually this will be similar to that of our infinite conducting plane, that means infinite charged plane in electrostatics. So as I said in the previous classes, like spherical shell is similar to that of spherical shell in electrostatics, and then the hollow conductor in this magnetism, electromagnetism or similar, right? And that graph appears to be similar. Similarly, there the uniform charge distribution in electrostatic, uniformly charged sphere in electrostatics, and then in electromagnetism like a solid conducting cylinder. These two are similar. Now similarly here, this infinite conducting current carrying plane and the infinite charged plane, both are similar. There you can observe that in case of this infinite charged plane, we write this electric field as sigma by 2 epsilon naught, right? So now this will be the electric field in case of infinite plane. And there you know this for infinite conducting plane, if suppose this plane is here having some surface charge density sigma, then electric field will be away from this electric field, and it does not depends on the distance of this point here. This electric field magnitude does not depend on the distance, provided the distance is small when compared to the top dimensions of the plate. And so now similarly here also now we can observe that this magnetic field value does not depend on how much distance this point is there. We mentioned this graphically also when you are considering it as a thick plane, and when you are calculating the magnetic field inside the plane, then there will be some dependence will be there. That means magnetic field is directly proportional to x. We derived already that expression, right? And so now those are the things, but outside it will be independent there. Outside it does not depend on the distance of the point, provided the distance is small when compared to this dimensions of the plate. And if suppose like if you are taking that, if you are finding that far away from that, then it will depend on that. So right, those are those are general limitations will be there for that. And now let us see here, when you are taking this infinite planes. So I am taking this infinite parallel planes here. So now let us say they will give some combinations of the plane, and they will ask that magnetic field, resultant magnetic field they will ask here. So now here I am taking this another plane. So after the derivation, just mention about this here. This is having some another identical plane I am placing like this here, right? And so in this also that current per unit width is K, and here also let us take that as K. That K means current per unit width. Now we are taking the points here P, Q, and this is another point Q here, and this is a point R I am taking here, right? So now we need to mention about this resultant magnetic field at those 3 points there. Let us take another case like where the magnetic field, that means these conducting planes are having this current in opposite directions there, right? So let us take this plane like this. So the first case we are taking that both are carrying current in the same direction, and in this case I am taking that in opposite direction. So again let us take this point P, and this is point Q, and this is a point R. So at those 3 points now we need to write this magnetic field, resultant magnetic field we need to write. So K is current per unit width here. So this K is current per unit width, right? And so now at this point, now we need to just mention these directions here. First let us identify the directions, and from that you can write the resultant magnetic field. So at this point, due to this plane we are writing here, due to this plane. So that we already mentioned there, that will be towards right, right? And next, due to this plane we need to write. So for this plane also, that point is above the plane only. So the magnetic field will be in the same direction I can write. Suppose this is B1 and this is B2. So suppose I am taking, this is the first plane here, and this is the second plane I am taking there, so that B1 and B2 you can identify that. And so now both are in the same direction, so that the magnetic field at that point B, you can write this as B1 plus B2 you can write, and which you can write this as mu naught by 2 into K plus mu naught by 2 into K. So it will be mu naught into K. That will be the magnetic field. So uniform magnetic field will be there out of the outside that plane. And next similarly let us find for the point Q here. So for point Q, this plane, for this plane the point Q will be below. So that line will come like this. So towards left, right? So this field will be coming like this here. This will be like say B1. Now the magnetic field due to this plane now we need to write. So due to this plane, again this point will be lying above that plane there. So that these lines will, magnetic field will come like this. And so that this will be the B2 value will be there like this. And so now let us write the net magnetic field at the point Q. So this I can write this as B1 minus B2. So which is mu naught by 2 into K minus mu naught by 2 into K. So that the resultant magnetic field will be 0 in this region. So that means from this you can conclude that two planes are carrying a current in the same direction and having that same current per unit width. The magnetic field inside the, in between the planes will be 0, you can conclude, provided these two are same. And so then like similarly you can consider the point R. Now point R, for this plane the point R lies below that plane here. So this will lies below the plane here. So the magnetic field will be along this direction there. So that this magnetic field will be there like this. This is our B1, let us consider. And now magnetic field due to this second plane. For this plane also that point lies below the plane. So it will be along this direction here, B2. And so that now magnetic field at the point R, you can write this as B1 plus B2. So it is mu naught by 2 into K plus mu naught by 2 into K. So it is mu naught into K, right? So that will be the magnetic field at this point R. And then next let us consider this case here. So with the help of that, I hope you can write the magnetic field, this case is easy, right? So like what is the first, I will explain for the point P, because the direction of this current is opposite to that. So you can answer these remaining points Q and R easily. So now for this point, now the current is flowing out here like this. Now I am deciding the magnetic field direction at the point P. So current is flowing out of the plane here. So the field lines will be there like this. So at the top, the magnetic field tangent will be along this direction. So the magnetic field at this point will be along this direction here, say B1. And next, the magnetic field due to this plane that we already decided previously, current is flowing into the plane here. When current is flowing into the plane, the magnetic field lines will be there like this. And so tangent at the top means you will get like this. And so then B2 will be there along this direction. And so now B1 is equal, that means BP, magnetic field at that point P will be equal to, I can write this as B1 minus B2, so which is 0. That means mu naught by 2 into K minus mu naught by 2 into K, so which is equal to 0. Similarly, write this magnetic field at the point R. So R also you will get the 0, identify the directions, and at Q you will get mu naught into K. Both you will get in the same direction and correspondingly identify this magnetic field there, right? Now let us see, sometimes they will give like an infinite plane here. So let us see, sometimes they will give like an infinite plane here. So let us see, sometimes they will give like an infinite plane here. So let us see, sometimes they will give like an infinite plane here. So let us see, sometimes they will give like an infinite plane here. So let us see, sometimes they will give like an infinite plane here. So let us see, sometimes they will give like an infinite plane here. So let us see, sometimes they will give like an infinite plane here. So let us see, sometimes they will give like an infinite plane here. So let us see, sometimes they will give like an infinite plane here. So let us see, sometimes they will give like an infinite plane here. So let us see, sometimes they will give like an infinite plane here. So let us see, sometimes they will give like an infinite plane here. So let us see, sometimes they will give like an infinite plane here. So let us see, sometimes they will give like an infinite plane here. So let us see, sometimes they will give like an infinite plane here. So let us see, sometimes they will give like an infinite plane here. So let us see, sometimes they will give like an infinite plane here. So let us see, sometimes they will give like an infinite plane here. So let us see, sometimes they will give like an infin So like this is some large plane having that surface charge density sigma. It is moving with some uniform velocity v, constant velocity v. It is totally carrying some charge here. That is what I am getting. It is not a current carrying, but it is non-conducting belt, like a belt is moving here. So, but it is having some surface charge density sigma. Then due to this, we need to write the magnetic field here. Say magnetic field at a point above this here, above this point, similar to that. So like that, now we need to write the magnetic field there. So the magnetic field due to that means, first of all you need to consider like here, let us take a small element here. Small element, let us take here, say at a distance of x from this. So I can take this a small element here. So this is x and this is dx, let us consider. And so now this dq value first we need to write here, the charge present on this. So dq value we need to write. So the dq value is nothing but I can write this as sigma into area. This area is nothing but I can write, suppose this width I am taking it as b. So then b into dx you can write. So that gives us area. Now dq by dt I am writing here the current, how much current is flowing due to the moment of that element, right? So due to the moment of that element I can write this as b into like sigma into b into dx by dt you can write. So the dx by dt is nothing but our velocity. So therefore this I value we can write this as sigma into b into v you can write. So that is our I value. Now current per unit width we can write here. So from this, current per unit width. So this is I by B is equal to, which we are representing with the K. So K is equal to I by B, which is equal to sigma into V, right? Therefore magnetic field we can write this as magnetic field due to this plane. B is equal to, our formula due to plane is sigma by 2 into K we need to write. So which you can write this as mu naught by 2 into sigma into V you can write. So that will be the magnetic field due to that plane here. So just mention that problem there. A large non-conducting plane, a large non-conducting plane is having surface charge density sigma. Surface charge density sigma. The plane is moving with a constant velocity v. The plane is moving with a constant velocity v. Then find the magnetic field due to this plane. Then find the magnetic field due to this plane at the point P. At the point P, just above the plane as shown. Just above the plane as shown. So just write that calculation for that, right? So that model is important there. And then next you may write so here these field lines are shown like this. So next write this problem here. A large conducting plane is placed in uniform external magnetic field. Is placed in uniform external magnetic field. If the resulting magnetic field on either side of the plane is B1 and B2 as shown, then find the force, magnetic force acting per unit area, on the conducting plane, in the following cases. Say this is the one of the case here. So this is case 1 I am taking here. So then remaining cases I will draw after completion of discussion of this problem. So is it clear? So that means it is this is an infinite conducting plane here. I am showing the cross section view here. So that means that perpendicular to that board it will be there. Perpendicular to that board, that infinite conducting plane is there. And so now it is placed in external magnetic field so that the resulting magnetic field is given like this. So the external magnetic field is let us say parallel to this plane it will be. So from the diagram it is clear there. And so now it is already external magnetic field is there. That resulting magnetic field on the either side is shown like this. So now that indicates the current carrying plane is present in external magnetic field. So whenever that current carrying conductor is placed in external magnetic field, we know some magnetic force will act on that. So now there will be some magnetic force acting on this conductor here, this infinite plane. So that magnetic field now we need to calculate here, right? And so now this can be calculated like this. So I am assuming that the external magnetic field is say B naught. Some B naught is, or let us take some B naught. B naught is the external magnetic field, and the magnetic field due to this plane you may consider it as some B, right? So I can represent like this. So this is the plane, let us consider here. And so now here I can say this external magnetic field is B naught. This external magnetic field is B naught, or let it be B the B naught, and it will produce a magnetic field here. So from this diagram it is clear that either B1 is larger in magnitude or B2 is larger in magnitude. So here field lines are close to each other and this side field lines are apart from each other. We know whenever that field lines, either it may be electric field lines or magnetic field lines, if the field lines are close to each other, there the field will be strong. And so then here B1 must be greater than that of B2. That is shown in the diagram. It is not mentioned for us, but it is shown in the diagram. So now that indicates that, so this side of the plane, the external magnetic field and a magnetic field produced by the plane both must be in the same direction, so that they will be added to each other, and so that you will get this resulting magnetic field will be greater. So right, and this side they must be opposite each other. And so now external magnetic field I am taking this side. And so now the field produced by the plane should also be in the same direction here. This is the magnetic field due to this plane, that I am taking it as B, right? They both are in the same direction. And so now on the other side, so on the other side, the external magnetic field will be there along this direction, B naught, and a magnetic field due to this plane will be along this direction. So this we are taking it as B. So their resultant will be equal to B2, and the resultant from this direction of the magnetic field due to the plane, you can conclude that the direction, in which direction the current is flowing in this plane. So definitely now forget about this external magnetic field. Now observe the magnetic field due to this plane. So it will be in upward direction, here it will be in downward direction. Then definitely current should flow like this. If current is flowing into the plane in this cross section, then here this side magnetic field will be upwards you will get, and this side magnetic field will be downwards you will get, right? And so then definitely what we can mention here is the magnetic current here is into the plane here. So that I am representing here, that I am concluding here. The magnetic current is flowing into the plane in this. And so now accordingly now we can write this as, so now I am writing this B1 and B2 expressions. Now we can write this as B1 is equal to B naught plus B, and then B2 is equal to B naught minus B. Say this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. Is it clear? B1 and B2 values I am representing by using this. B1 is nothing but resultant magnetic field this side, B naught plus B. B is the magnetic field due to that plane we are assuming, and B2 is the magnetic field due to this here. So that means now these two are opposite to each other, but resulting B2 is in this direction, which indicates that B naught is larger in magnitude. So that I am writing this B naught minus B. If the magnetic field is downwards, this B2 is in downward direction, that indicates this will be larger in magnitude. Then you need to write it as B minus B naught you need to write. So that depends on this direction here. Now let us add these two equations here. So equation 1 plus equation 2. So that gives us B naught value. So I can write this as, from this B naught is equal to B1 plus B2 by 2. So that is the external magnetic field here, right? And now similarly, let us subtract those two equations there. So equation 1 minus equation 2. So from that what you can write here is B value you can write here. So that B value is nothing but again you can write this as B1 minus B2 by 2. But we know magnetic field due to the plane we can write as, we know that magnetic field due to plane we can write this as mu naught by 2 into some K, current per unit width, right? And so which you can write this as mu naught by 2 into some I by B you can write. Suppose I am writing this I by B like this, where B is the width of this plane I am assuming here. This is the B I am assuming there, right? And I is the total current passing through that plane. And so now from this what you can write there is mu naught by 2 magnetic field due to this plane is equal to into I by B is equal to this BP means B only, that we are representing with the B only. So then that B value now we can equate with this. So that I can write this as B1 minus B2 by 2, right? And so then from this you can substitute this value as I by B is equal to, I can write this as B1 minus B2 by mu naught you can write. Suppose this is I am taking it as equation 3. Is it clear? Now that is the current per unit width value. And now you need to write, or you can write the current expression also you can write. If you want you can write this B also, that side you can write there. So let us write this I value itself. So I is equal to into B you can write. So current per unit width you can write here this side. So from this into B. So this is our third equation. And then next here what I can write here is, now if you are taking this external magnetic field. Now this current carrying conductor is placed in some external magnetic field. So that force we need to write here. So that force means what we can write is our formula for the force acting on the current carrying conductor is, so now this is, so the magnetic force I am writing now. Magnetic force calculation. So for the magnetic force means for the small element, magnetic force on small element. So let us take the small element of this plane here. I am taking the small element of this plane here of say of length some dx, let us consider there, right? So that means now this width I am taking it as some dx there, and length will be L will be there. And so now force acting on that small element we are writing here. So that I can write this as, so dF is equal to B external magnetic field into I dash, where I dash is the current flowing in that element, into this is L, BIL formula, right? L is the length, that length is along this direction here, along this perpendicular to the plane, along this direction that length will be there. Because we are taking this as a plane is perpendicular to this like this, so we are taking a small element here, that element will be in the form of a straight wire. Right, so that straight wire formula, BIL formula we are applying there, and so now that formula we are writing there. So now we can substitute these values here. So now let us see this. DF is equal to B external is nothing but our B naught here. So B1 plus B2 by 2. So this is nothing but our external magnetic field here. This is our external magnetic field which I mentioned here already. So that I am taking like this. Now current flowing only in this element we need to write here. So that I can write this as I by B into dx. Is it clear? I by B into dx. I by B will give the current per unit width. Now here we are taking a width of small element dx I am taking here into L. So now let us substitute those values here. dF is equal to B1 plus B2 by 2 into, so as I said here I by B value directly you can substitute by using that. So that I by B I can write this as directly B1 minus B2 by mu naught, right, into dA I can write. So where the dA value is, so what I am taking here is L into dx. So that L into dx I am taking as area. So that L will give this length here. That L will give this length and dA is the width. So L into dx will give this area here. So then that is I am taking it as dA. So now from this I can write this as dF by dA. This is only our question here. Force per unit area we need to write. So this value I can write this as B1 square minus B2 square by 2 mu naught. So that will be the resulting magnetic force acting on this. And here we need to mention about this direction also. In the options they will give about the directions also, whether it is towards left or right or in which direction it is. So that you can decide after concluding the direction of this current here. So current is flowing into the plane and magnetic field is upwards here in this plane. So now we can apply our left hand rule. So left hand rule is that field is upwards and the current will be there like this. So observe this. Field is upwards here, current is flowing into the plane. Then this thumb is like this. That means it is towards right. So that force is acting towards right here. So this force is towards right. Right? So that will be the field calculation, that means magnetic force calculation in this case. So this another examples will be there, that means another cases will be there. Those cases you can solve easily. So just I will give this those cases and solve in a similar way. Is it clear? So that means now I am taking this, just I will reverse this direction here. So let us say this. Now the second case I am drawing here. So in second case I am taking this resulting B2 value will be along this direction here. That is only the change I am doing, the same question. So that means just I am doing here, this change I am doing here, B2 I am reversing that. So as I said, this everything will be same here. So this side B1 is again B0 plus B only we need to write. But here B2 is in downward direction. So downward direction means that indicates that magnetic field due to this plane is greater or larger in magnitude when compared to that of external magnetic field, so that the resulting magnetic field is in downward direction. So simply here instead of writing B0 minus B, you need to write that equation as B minus B0 you need to write. So that is the only change in this equation. So the remaining everything will be, you need to follow the same steps there. The only thing is B0 minus B minus B0 you need to write. So accordingly you need to calculate here. Accordingly there will be changes in these calculations here. B external and B values will be reversed there, right? So then you can solve this problem. So I am giving that you need to solve that problem there. And similarly here, next write this problem here. This is a current carrying conductor, a long current carrying conductor is carrying current I, along positive z axis, Consider a circle of radius 1 meter in xy plane. Consider a circle of radius 1 meter in xy plane with its center at 2, 0, 0. With its center at 2, 0, 0. So in the different questions are there in that. So first question is like find integral of line integral of b bar dot dl bar along the find b bar dot dl bar along the circumference of the circle, So the next one is like I am defining 2 points here for the next question. So let us define those points first. So like A is point A 3, 0, 0 and B is 2, 1, 0. Consider the points. So next question write this. Consider the points A 3, 0, 0 and B 2, 1, 0. Then find line integral of b bar dot dl bar from A to B. Right? And then the next question is find the maximum possible value of integral of b bar dot dl bar over the given circle. Integral of b bar dot dl bar over the given circle, right? So those are the three questions for us. And so now first question you can solve it easily here. The first question I am writing here, it's just a theoretical question. No calculation is required for that. So that means now this calculation, this value what we can write here is integral of b bar dot dl bar is equal to, so that means actually we need to write this as mu naught dot in, right? So that is the net current required there. So but here for this net current what we can write here is, here our current carrying conductor is there here. This is our current carrying conductor carrying the current along the axis. Now is there any, if you are calculating b bar dot dl bar over this loop, is there any current enclosed by that loop? So the current enclosed by this loop is 0. No current carrying conductor is present in this loop here. Current carrying conductor, only one conductor is there, that is placed along the z axis. And so that then this value you can write this expression as, so here in is equal to 0. Therefore integral of b bar dot dl bar value is 0 we can write. So that is the answer for that. So integral of b bar dot dl bar over the circle is 0. Is it clear? So now let us come to the next part here, that is points A and B we are taking there. So now let us take this second part, second case. Now this is our points here actually. And so now next let us say this, how to find for these points A and B. So for that I am taking this a closed loop ABCA here. So that closed loop I am taking like this. So now this is the point A and this is the point B. That is our required path here. To calculate that I am taking a point C here such that this BC will be a part of a circle with OB as a radius. So if you are taking OB as a radius, which is like this is 2 and this is 1. So by Pythagoras theorem we can say it as a root 5. So with root 5 meters as a radius, if you draw the circle here, then that circle will be there like this. So that means that circle will be there like this. So then such a point, up to this point I am taking this as a closed loop here. So this is a closed loop what we are calculating. So why we are taking that loop like this means, now I will write the term so that you can understand that easily there. So now for this loop I am applying this integral of b bar dot dl bar is equal to mu naught into in, net current enclosed, right? So now this I am expanding here, for this closed loop I am expanding this, so which you can write this as b bar dot dl bar, so from A to B, which is our required value, plus b bar dot dl bar from B to C, plus b bar dot dl bar from C to A. This is equal to mu naught into 0. Why we are putting 0 there? Because current is not there enclosed by this loop here. Current is not enclosed by this ABCL loop. Current carrying conductor is here only. So the only current is here. So no current is enclosed by this Amperian loop here. So that value will be 0. And so now here, this we can further simplify like this. B bar dot dl bar from A to B plus, so here I can write this as b bar b into dl into cos. Now here see this. Now let us identify that angles. So now the magnetic field line produced by this will be along this direction. So at any point the magnetic field produced by this conductor will be there like this, right? So the current is flowing out of the plane here. Current is flowing out of the plane means then here the magnetic field lines will be there like this. So that here the magnetic field will be along this direction, you will get here. The magnetic field will be. So it will be tangential to this circle here. So this circle, if you consider, the magnetic field line will be there like this. The magnetic field line. So this is a B means magnetic field line I am representing there. Right? And so for this path C to B, it will be along the same direction. But we are traveling from B to C. We are traveling in opposite direction. A to B we are traveling, from B to C we are traveling. So that means we are traveling in opposite to the direction of this magnetic field here. So for this what I can write here is cos 180. This is from B to C plus, and this value now we need to write B into dl into, so for C to A, this point is. So then for C to A, observe this, C to A is on the x-axis only. you can observe this, the magnetic field produced by this conductor at any point on the x-axis perpendicular to the x-axis only, because you can identify the current magnetic field direction here. If you draw the tangent here, the magnetic field will be there along the y-axis only, and so magnetic field at any point will be perpendicular to this direction only will get, right? And so that angle will be from, when you are traveling from C to B, then magnetic field angle will be 90 degrees, you can write. So this will be cos 90, I can write here. This is from C to A. So this value is equal to 0. Now we can understand this, we can write these values easily here. This value is integral of B bar dot dl bar from A to B plus, and this value at any point on this C to B or B to C, the magnitude of magnetic field will be constant only, right? Because any point will be there at the distance of √5 meters only. We choose the point C like that. So that is why we are choosing that point C like that there. The magnetic field at any point on this BC will be constant in magnitude, so that we can calculate that integration more easily. So that I can write this value as B into that arc length we need to write here. So that arc length, you can find this angle here. So this angle is, suppose I am taking this angle as some theta. So that angle now we can define there. So that the integral of dl I am writing here plus this is minus, you will get here, because the cos 180 is there. So this is minus plus 0 is equal to 0. So I can write this as, this is from B to C. And so now this value I can write this as integral of B bar dot dl bar from A to B is equal to B into integral of dl from B to C. Now that integral of dl value we need to write here. Therefore I can write this as integral of B bar dot dl bar from A to B, which is our required value here. That value is equal to, now this is B into that arc length we need to write, C to R. So that arc length I can write this as, this angle will be tan theta value we can write here. So I can write this as theta into, I will write that theta value there. So theta into R theta you can write. So this is √5 into theta we can write. This integral of dl value from B to C. And so that this value now we can substitute there. Integral of B bar dot dl bar from A to B. Now B is a magnetic field at that point. The magnetic field at that point I can write this as mu naught I by 2 pi R. That R is √5. So this again √5 into theta. And so this is our B bar dot dl bar from A to B is equal to mu naught I by 2 pi into tan inverse of 1 by 2 you can write. So because that theta value we can define here, this is the theta value, from this triangle you can define that. So tan theta is equal to 1 by 2 you can write here by using this triangle here. This is 1 meter and this is 2 meters. So that theta value I am writing like this, right? So this is our magnetic field, that means this is integral of B bar dot dl bar value here, right? And so now how to solve this simply? This much of lengthy calculation is not required if you want to solve it simply. So let us see how to solve this just by using a simple logic here. So the second method what we can write here is, just by using a simple logic you can solve this. So whatever the length you need here, so for that length let us consider that how much angle that arc is subtending at the center, at this wire. So that means now I will rub all this data here. So this is our given diagram here. So let us say this is the center, right? So this is our point A and point B. So this is our point A and point B. Now simply you need to identify that how much angle this part arc is subtending at this at the wire, at the current carrying conductor. That's when single conductor is there, this is the simple way to solve this problem here, this part, second part of this problem. And so that means this angle we need to calculate, that angle is nothing but which is equal to this angle, you can say that how much angle this part is making here, subtending at this part. So now that angle I can write this as tan inverse of, so that theta value we can write this as, so if you are taking for this complete wire For complete wire means that 2 pi angle, the integral of b bar dot dl bar value is, integral of b bar dot dl bar is 2 pi mu naught into I for 2 pi angle. That means if you are taking this for complete circle here, for complete circle that is subtending for 2 pi angle, the value is mu naught I you can write. Now for this theta, how much angle we need to write here? If you are taking a small part which subtend an angle theta, then how much it will be means. So what I can write here is mu naught I by 2 pi into, simply you can write this as theta. So mu naught I by 2 pi will indicates for a unit degree or for unit radian, 1 radian you can say that. For 1 radian, this how much this b bar dot dl bar means, then this value will be mu naught I by 2 pi you will get. Then we need for an angle theta. So that theta value you can write it easily. So therefore this integral of b bar dot dl bar value you can write this as mu naught I by 2 pi into that theta value you can substitute. That theta value is nothing but tan inverse of 1 by 2. So which we are getting finally here. So by using such a single step you can answer this value here. Is it clear? So just whatever the given part here. So you may take AB or you may consider a small part here. Just we need to calculate how much angle it is subtending here. So this angle is, suppose say now this angle or this angle I am taking here. So this angle is corresponding angle here is theta. So that theta value can, that theta means just you join the line from this point where between along which we need to calculate here. We need that between B and C. A to B we need here. So just to draw the line from A to B to this current carrying conductor and A to this current carrying conductor. The angle between those two lines actually we need here, right? So that angle is theta we are getting here. So now for 2 pi angle, if you are taking for complete circle, whatever the size of the circle if you are taking, so whether you are taking the small circle or whether you are taking the large circle, for complete circle that value is mu naught I only, right? So if suppose current carrying conductor is there like this, so whether you are calculating b bar dot dl bar over the circle of radius r or whether you are calculating over the circle of 2r, is it value is changing? B bar dot dl bar value, it remains same, right? So if it encloses, if it current encloses a current of I, then this value will remain same. And so that it does not depend on the size here. So for 2 pi angle we are taking it as mu naught I. For theta angle how much it will be, so that we can answer easily like that. Now the next part of the problem also you can answer this in this way easily here. So I will explain that. So let us calculate. Next they are asking that maximum possible value of b bar dot dl bar over the circle. That is the value what they are asking here. The maximum possible value of b bar dot dl bar. So for the maximum possible value, if you want to solve by this method, just we need to calculate the theta value there. How much maximum angle the circle can subtend here. So for that you may draw these tangents here. So I will draw the tangents like this. For the third part here, just to draw the tangents here so that it passes through this origin here. So draw these tangents which passes through this origin. So then you can draw this another tangent here, right? And so that what you can identify here is you can draw the normal here. This is 2, 0, 0, which is our center, right? So now this angle you can consider it as some phi you can consider here. So this is 1 meter I can say, and this is 1 meter and this distance is 2 meters you can write. So this angle will be 90 degrees. And so from this I can write the sin phi value here. So that I can write this as sin phi is equal to 1 by 2. Therefore this phi is equal to pi by 6 you can write. Now this total angle I am taking it as theta, this total angle. So this is the point, suppose if we consider this is point P and this is point Q, then between PQ if you are integrating, if you are finding b bar dot dl bar value, then you will get the maximum value. So to identify the maximum value, so just you need to draw the tangents here, so that which encloses the maximum possible angle here. So other than this you can't take any other points there which is subtend an angle more than this, more than that theta value. So therefore this theta is equal to Therefore theta is equal to 2 phi you can write, so which is nothing but pi by 3, right? So now I can write simply by using that method here. So I am writing this value as b bar dot dl bar maximum value is equal to, and actually by this simple logic you can write here, so that finally I can mention this angle here. So that means for 2 pi angle, for 2 pi radian, the value of integral of b bar dot dl bar value will be mu naught I. Now here we are taking an angle of pi by 3 here. So for pi by 3 in a similar way, mu naught I by 2 pi, this gives a magnetic, that means the integral of b bar dot dl bar value per unit angle or unit radian into this pi by 3 now we need to write. Therefore the integral of b bar dot dl bar value is, the maximum value of this value is mu naught I by 6 you can write here. Yeah, mu naught I by 6, that pi will be cancelled, so this will be the maximum possible value of that. Is it clear? So just you need to draw the tangents from this so that it touches at some circle at some point. So then for that path, that will be a maximum value will get here. If you are taking that integral of b bar dot dl bar value, then you will get the maximum possible value for this here. So that you can simply calculate like this. Otherwise, if you are following this method, then again you need to take like this, with this distance as a radius. So then you need to take another circle here like this. Then you need to take like another circle here. So then along this path you need to write here. That means you may follow along this path here. Then you should come like this to get a closed path here. So you should follow like this and you should come back like this, so that you should assume a closed loop like this. And then you need to write the magnetic field, maximum magnetic field you need to calculate like that. So then in that also the procedure will be same. Only two terms you will get here, along this path and along this path. This will be a circular arc you will get like this, similar to this. And circular arc length you need to write like this only. Here r into theta you will get, and that r will be cancelled like this. So that finally you will get that mu naught I by 2 pi into theta you will get. So that value you can directly write like this here. Is it clear? So in this way you can write this, solve these problems here. So those are some important models based on this Ampere's law applications. So previously we discussed like plane problem, and this is another type, new type of this problem based on these applications of this Ampere's law here. So with this we are closing this electromagnetism. In the next class I will start this EMI, electromagnetic induction. So which is related to this only. Again these concepts will be utilized in this electromagnetic induction also. That means same concepts. That means we can't say that both are independent topics. Just it's a continuation of this. Just it's a continuation of this electromagnetism only. So we will discuss that electromagnetism in our next class, right? Thank you.